Alright guys, good morning, it's Brandon here. Just got done with our day trades today, had a pretty decent day up. It is the morning of Tuesday the 26th. I want to go in a couple intraday swing trades and a couple long-term ideas here real quick with you guys. Right now we're staring at Netflix on the daily. We day traded just a few times today, it did well. After a huge red yesterday at 625 in the SPY, broke out of our channel, found support, gapped right back up. Now what we're looking at here for a swing is I wanted to hold this 393.14 level. Okay, we had already recovered the trend now today, and we are back above our ascending trend line here. And I want this to hold out. I think Netflix is to come up to 400 and continue higher through 400, relatively easy in the next following days here. Only resistance right here before the 400 is that 399 as a whole number. So depending on what it does today, I'm going to be watching this today. For the rest of the day here as I'm out and about today on the mobile. Looking for a big intraday sell-off here somewhere, at least down to 392. This is where we want it to hold ultimately. So this 393.17 area, if it does happen to get here, this is where I'll start my position. Large R small, I don't know, gotta see how it plays out here, but this is gonna be my first line. You're gonna have to give it to some room to yesterday's lows for a stop out. So if I do get to here, it's only gonna be like 25 or 50 shares, nothing super crazy, until I get confirmation. And as it heads towards 400, I'm more or less looking to buy some cheap shares at 393.11. I don't see this failing, but if it does, you could buy anywhere in between. This 393 and 390 is super safe. But it's looking okay for now. Had a nice little bottom here, recovering VWAP, and now it's over the 50 intraday here. So if I don't get a big sell-off here, and it does start nearing that 400, I'll collectively look for it to hold this 397.30s, this previous high. And if it does get over that and over 398, we're just gonna start adding into here for the break of 400, and I'll just move my stop up to this 397.40s area right here, because this is our midday top right here, 10:15. Looks bullish over the 50. If we don't get that sell-off downward, I'm gonna focus on this 397.30s area for my hold entry, and as it goes up, continually follow up my stop to the 400s and hopefully get over 400 and get some payout there. Tesla's a big one here. It's been selling off kind of higher load here. I did accumulate some shares way up here at the double bottom at 327. It did have a huge dump, but like I said, on live, I only did take about 25 shares, not about 25 shares. So I mean, even if it did come down a few points, that's not really a huge loss in my book. You know, 50 bucks wasn't much of a risk. Created a higher low, started to base out. It didn't quite catch up to the 50 EMA yet, so we don't really know what it's going to do, but I'm back up to my buy and entry here. I didn't really hit a stop yet because I like to give Tesla a little bit more room than normal. And on the daily here, even going to this 320, where it bounced today, 325.90s. If you're looking at that, even way back here, we had a bunch of support at that 325.90s area. Within a point, if you mark the line there, you see a support top here, support handles here, support body here, lots of consolidation support here, and this is from years ago. So that was kind of a long-term support it came down into and had that bounce. These can kind of retrace a little bit, come up, and then continue lower down to the moving averages. But I'm just going to look for these levels to hold up. Most importantly, this 325 and a quarter area. It's not having the greatest day, but I think with the big sell-off and the SPY recovering, hopefully late day here as well, this will push up. So I'm still holding on to my shares. We're here at 327 50s area, just 25 shares. Was down 50, now back up to normal. As this 327 area, 327.5, 327.25, chop around your consolidation. I'm just looking for it to catch up and see what it does at the 50. Okay. So intraday, we're just going to see it hopefully recover the 50 and slowly move back up here to some better levels. I'll be swinging this one till tomorrow at this level. My stop is just going to be lows again now at 325.80. So I'm in here. If it does do a double bottom way back here, I'm going to give it a little bit of room. So 325.80 level is going to be a stop out for me at this one. Those are my two intraday trades so far. Nvidia was looking kind of good today. I was hoping for a dip down to yesterday's close to swing this again. Had a big relief move this morning. I didn't really day trade this one because I was hoping for a sell-off, but it didn't happen under the 200 that hard. So it found a little bit of support from these pre-market dashes and then yesterday's consolidation here. I'm hoping this does fail the 50 and kind of continue lower. I'm going to look to enter short or enter a swing at this 239 level in NVIDIA if it gets down here today. Got some alerts set on my mobile, so it's going to pop up and give me some time here when it's on the way down through 293.50. And I'd like to see what it does right here at this 293. I'll start a position at yesterday's close, real tiny. I'm going to give it, it's got points to run here. I'm hoping there's going to be a nice fat high-low off the daily here. So it doesn't look too bad on the daily here as far as a swing bounce off the 100. So a lot of time you see these 100 bounce swings, especially in big tech, and they hold up relatively well. Not so much here, but bounces on the 100 consolidation a few times. I just want a dead cat bounce after this big old sell-off it had to hopefully run this to the 50. So I'm going to try to get in here around the 100 day. Ultimate risk is going to be lows from a few days ago, 235.57. So watch that area there. Of course, just previous lows on the daily chart. That's all we're looking at here. So as it comes down here, I'm hoping this still has a sell-off because it hit resistance yesterday pre-market here and shied it away and came back down. So it's hopefully going to sell off the rest of the day and give us some entries. But ultimately looking forward 239.13 right here. I'm going to jump into NVIDIA, very small share. Those three I'm going to be swinging hopefully today. I'll let you know if I get to those positions. Let's see what the big next one was. MU I was looking at for a swing trade today. It had to start holding at 54. I broke that down pre-market for you guys live today. It's just starting to hold the 54 right now. Gonna see what it does for the rest of the day. It's gotta hold the 54 area for quite some time, and ultimately get back over the 200 EMA here, and then I'll be good to go to swing MU long. And once it gets over this 54.80, I think we have a nice little run in MU. So I'm going to be starting positions at the hold of 54 today in between here. It's a very slow mover, so you can give yourself some range on risk down here. My stop out was going to be down here 53.61, which is just lows for the day on MU. Honorable mention, as BMY was watching this, BMY came up on my gap scanner down here on a big gap down on my FinViz scanner. I was kind of peeking at this, looking for it to kind of bottom, and it happened a little later than expected, so I kind of took it off the market as far as swing trading because it didn't really catch anything nice here, just kind of failed the 9. But now that we had a double bottom here right at that just about 50 level, it's really came back and recovered the 9 nicely. It had one strong pullback below the 50, which it held the nice support here right at 53, came back, tested the 50 again, created a higher low, 53.48, and as these continue to do that, we like seeing these bullish channels kind of swing upward. But now these last 2 days we had another double bottom here, 54.25, and that's closing above the 50 now. It is coming down a little bit here, but I'm going to look for BMY to hold the 50 right here, kind of curl and cup, and run it to the 200. Okay, so I was looking for entries today. I was looking for a big sell-off to at least match yesterday's lows. Didn't get it quite yet. My first entry point on this, I would like to see it to at least 54.35. Okay, that's the resistance from, or that's the support from about 3-4 days ago. We had support on that 2 days ago, and we had support on it yesterday. If we can get anywhere near this 54.40s and 54.30s level again today, after a couple more lower highs coming down, selling off under yesterday's close. If we don't get down here, it's just going to be yesterday's close, which is another pinnacle support on most of my intraday swing trading. But this one might be a longer hold. So if it does hold yesterday's support, you got to give it some time. I'm not going to size up real big first. 50 shares here. If that, I'm going to risk lows off the recover 50 candle here. So we're going to risk these two lows here at 54.23. Okay. So as I start buying in at yesterday's close, I might just watch it hold at 50, but the 9 ultimately in the next couple of days here is going to meet the 50. It's either going to reject and continue downward or up. I'm hoping it has a nice curl to the upside. Just keep your eyes on this one. Set your alerts, set your stops. So BMY is going to be the last to watch there. So good luck on those, everybody, and I will see you in the morning.